Hello, everyone. It's Janelle Stewart here at Parents Making an Investment. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. And if not, that the day is not all over. So there's still opportunities for you to end your day in a wonderful way. Today, I like to share it still takes a village. And it really does. I remember even growing up in that way, even before I understood and knew about the phrase and even what it meant to be a part of a village and to be raised in that way. I just was surrounded in that way growing up. And there were times where I was out playing and walking home from school, coming home from Sunday school, and when things were happening or we were out of order, there were neighbors and so people that were surrounding us that knew our parents that actually sometimes will remind us of how we're supposed to behave and the expectation that was on us. And then also, they just kept us in line and they would correct us when we're wrong or we're out of place or we're doing the wrong things on the street. And so, therefore, even when we went home and shared this information, yes, we would get in trouble because there was an expectation and there was a standard set for us. And we were supposed to be on our best behavior when we're out, more so than we're at home. So, for you to behave that way out was like, no, that is unacceptable for them to hear that you're misbehaving outside as opposed to in your home. And I just wanted to say today and share how, in a lot of ways, it still takes a village to raise a child. I remember reading the book by Hillary Clinton, It Takes a Village, and she brought up a lot of points. And we have to not see it as, well, I don't want other people telling my kids what to do or thinking that, they can hit my kids or tell them, this or that. All those things. I think that is more of a negative approach to It Takes a Village. And what I'm saying is the support system. We have a support system within our family members and within our family and extended family, and that's great. But we also have other support systems as well that we're surrounded with. And if we close our mind off of the mentality of having that it does take a village to raise a child, we don't see those people as a part of our support system, as our help, and those people that, that God has brought into our lives to help us. And when we close our minds off of this, there's things that can happen. And one thing is we've developed this mentality that we don't need anyone. We don't need anyone's help. And we end up having that mentality. So then, yes, we're working two jobs sometimes. We're working overtime in the sense that we're working and then we're also coming home to raise our children by ourselves. And then when we, on the weekends when we're trying to get them to the areas of that they interest, their extracurricular activities, and also still be able to fulfill the requirements and expectations that we have as parents, then we don't see that all these things can be possible. Why? Because of the mentality that we have, that we don't need anyone's help. But when we know that and understand that it takes a village, we see those people, the carpooling with other neighbors. And it's so funny because it's like I'm talking and it's like I'm talking to myself because I like to personally drive my kids everywhere. I like to take them because I know the safety standards with my car. I know that my child still sits in booster seats, 5-point harness. And so I know those safety standards and expectations that I want to have to ensure that my kids are safe, but not to dismiss the fact that they can get into accidents even with me. So then I feel that I'm the only one that can keep them safe. But in that, at the same time, is also me saying that I don't need anyone's help. And so when we close our mind off, then we forget that it actually takes a village. And then when we start operating as an island. There's a saying that says, no man is an island. But actually, when we close our mind off that way, we start operating as an island, like it's just us and no one else. No one else can help us to raise our children. No one else can care for them, and then we in turn, parents supporting adults, we build this, we could put them in a little cocoon and we keep them closed in like this. We keep them closed in like this mentally, emotionally, psychologically. And so they end up not seeing the people that are coming in their lives as help. They don't see them as a support system, and they don't see them as an aid or someone that can help them to and propel them to where they need to be in life. And so we are actually setting them up without having, if we maintain and continue this closed off mentality of it does not take a village, we are setting our children up and keeping them in this little box of not thinking that people are going to come in their path, that God will send people in their path to help them and to propel them to success. We have to understand that, parents, that even as we prepare our children to go off to school and go out into the adult life and in the world, that we have to open up that mentality for them by now getting rid of our mentality in I don't need anyone's help mentality. And when we do this, and even the second thing too is we say to ourselves, I can do it by myself. I don't need anybody's help. And see, when we have that mentality and we act in such a way, guess what happens to us? We burn out. We burn out, we're flooded, and we're just burnt out. We can't take time for ourselves, first of all, because we are the only one that can care for our kids. We're the only one that can get them here, do this, do that. And so we keep voicing that, oh, I need time, oh, I need time. But we're not trusting. We're not trusting the people that he has sent in our path and believe that they're here for a reason. Believe that they're here for a purpose. But first, we have to embrace the fact that they're being sent. And they're being sent to help, to support, to aid, and to help our kids get to that next place that they need to be in their growth and development. And so this is why I'm imploring all of us today, and even me, like I said before, that it sounds like I'm just talking to me, that it still takes a village. It still takes a village. It does take a village, and it still takes a village to raise our children. And so won't you join me today in believing that the people that are in your life, God has sent them for a reason. He has sent them. He is sending them. And even if you haven't realized that they're there as yet, he will send them. He's going to send them. And so when they come and you have this child that needs to go to this event or this practice and someone needs to stay here with this child, ask. Don't be afraid to ask, parents at supporting adults. Ask. If you don't ask, you don't receive. And don't let pride fill us up in where we're so full of pride that we can't ask. We receive not because we ask not. And so when we ask for help, the only thing that someone can do is say, no, I can't help you at this present time. Or they could even mention when they are available. But ask. Ask so you can receive the help. Ask so you can see that it does take a village to raise a child, and you have support systems outside of your family. A neighbor is not just someone who lives next door to you or downstairs from you or upstairs from you, but it's someone who sees the need and is willing and able to help to fill that need and be there. And they're doing it from their heart of compassion. They would want the same thing for their child. And so they see the need and they want to do it for your kid as if it was theirs. And that's being a neighbor. It doesn't matter if they live close by or not, but that's the neighborly thing to do. And sometimes it's just people you meet every day. And so I just want to get off of my soapbox of inspiration and telling you it still takes a village today. And remember that. Be encouraged and look around and use your support system. Use your resources so you can propel through life in parenting, and therefore you can also have other people that will come along and help you parent, because parenting is not a I job or it's a one-man job and it's an island. It's not. It's a joint effort. And so we want to be able to invest in our children the best way we can. And He will bring people that will help us to invest in our children. Even when we don't know how, He will help us by bringing those people. So remember today that it still takes a village. And if you haven't already, go on ahead and subscribe down below to parentsmakinganinvestment.com. Please like this video and also share it. And I look forward to joining and partnering with you that we can continue to raise our children together. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day.